coached. Paul Cobbin, fantastic coach, member of the Australian youth system, as well as Mel Mitchell. She's a fantastic coach and who's just been getting better and better from the Hills Hornets Club in New South Wales, and she is one of the real emerging coaches as well. So both of these coaches will have fantastic game plans ready to go, and we've got wall-to-wall talent, Australian youth players on both sides of the halfway line. And away we go.
Here we go. Final game of the 2022 DoorDash National Youth Championships. 18 girls grand final. New South Wales Combined High Schools taking on the Queensland Secondary Schools team. It is New South Wales' first possession I should say, slipping through. Number 12 there, Morgan Mannion, taking on the line nice and early in the set. As they look to scramble across field on the final touch.
And she's one player that the CHS team will go to a lot. Morgan Mannion, she has a really good set of wheels, and she can really get in and get out of acting half. So watch for her, Scotty, later in the coverage.
Queensland familiar switching play as players coming onto the field. Sophie Smith from half puts it through the hands. There's a little bit of space on the left-hand side, but good defensive pressure to stop that last play. Smith again with the ball over, just dipping away in front of the feet there of Shuka. Famous name. Another one coming through in the Queensland ranks. And here on the left-hand side of the field, as they're looking for offside players. Wilson goes back to the mark, get herself into the acting half position. Changes now on the field for CHS. Pretty good job defensively here from Queensland to keep them just on the side of the halfway as a loose pass out on the left-hand side of the field. Not a great set there for CHS. Didn't really progress too far up the field. Really just played in between the halfway lines.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll need to make sure they'll be finishing a lot better than that. And maybe these conditions are sort of having a little bit of an effect there, because that pass from Zali Chippendales tend to sort of, get a little bit carried in the wind there. So, yeah.
Shifting out to the left edge. Yeah, the wind definitely behind the backs of the Queensland team out here. Beautiful left to right. Almost creates a little 3-on-2. As they try and shift it over the top there. Little Pratt in the final pass. It will be a touch and pass penalty. Campbell Muir on field blowing that penalty. Tap off the restart. Playing direct on the first two touches. Contact, a little bit of a juggle. Good job to reel that one in.
Yeah, playing in behind the line. Zali Chippendale done a really good job there to regain a few metres there for the CHS. It's still very sloppy in terms of, it's not smooth and coordinated, but let's see if they can make something out of this back end.
Yeah, coming off the hands there, Bryn Trisley. Long ball. Still chancing their hands.
Yeah,
they're not worried about the conditions at all.
No. The girls aren't afraid to throw it around and try and move that ball. So we see a very similar rucking pattern here that QSST used, that the CQ Bulls were running as well in the 18 girls. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. They're looking for the passive out the back there as well. Saw that, they didn't need to, went through the front hole.
Yeah, beautifully set up. Taylor Sykes and Amelia Chadburn, you'll see them combine a lot throughout this game in the midfield there for Queensland. And they come up with the opening points. Summed it up perfectly. They did have the option to go out the back. Hagan was running a nice line as well, but they play short through the front. Chadburn, first try, opening points here to Queensland.
Yep. Started the game really, really well. The Queenslanders they're on song. They seem to have settled down a little bit better. Let's see what New South Wales can come back with here.
So press switch steps out and they look to attack down the short side. Press switch comes in against the grain. They're going to respond nicely after the restart. Leaking points down the other end. That's exactly what they want to do. They come down and get points of their own.
Yeah, fantastic piece of play. The press switch girls setting themselves up here. Haley getting the ball off her sister Caitlin. Kitty puts her in for the try, and Sissy Stickups have got a touchdown. Well done to the girls from Orange.
One apiece now in the 18 girls grand final. Queensland again straight back on the run. Good job coming against grain. Reel that one in. Madeline Matthews now plays it. Ellen from half. Looping ball, taking a deflection and pulled in there from Chloe Tunks. That's good awareness. It can throw you off, can it, when you get the little deflection. She had her eyes on the ball the whole time.
Yeah, fantastic. She's plucked that one out of the air, has Chloe Tunks, and she's dotted down for QSST, and it's a 2-1 lead on the Paint Away scoreboard.
Well, it's opening up early on. There are 3 tries already within the first 5 minutes of this 18 girls grand final. New South Wales come back to Ava Jones. We'll roll forward pass though, off the ruck. There's a little bit of rain coming through actually. Now we made mention, you got me to check the weather app and I said, no, we're all clear. There's no rain on the radar. What am I talking about? I think my career as a weather reporter is done. Now I'm not too sure whether you can see it on the screen, but the wind is just sweeping it across the stadium here. Another added element for the players here in the final to contend with as Sykes gets into the in-goal area. Has plenty of support and finds an open, unmarked player out on the right-hand side of the field. And that is more points for Queensland.
Yeah, fantastic piece of play by Taylor Sykes. We've grown accustomed to seeing her do this time and time again, and she slices through from acting half, and she finds Tisha Edwards for the touchdown. 3-1 on the Paint Away scoreboard.
New South Wales, when you're looking to respond positively, see them after Queensland scored points not too long ago. They did manage to come down the other end of the field off the restart and get their first try on the board. Caitlin Prestwidge with the ball in hand, showing it, trying to get the Queensland defence to come out. Oh, almost off the fingertips, yeah. Looking to go the whole distance there. Chloe Nicola had a good grab at that one.
Yeah, this combination between the Prestwidge sisters will be really, really important to CHS. They've been very, very effective at all levels.
Forced to come back out. Marissa Stubbs. Ball in hand yet again. Trinsley from half. Wraps around. They got them. Phase. They go phase. Oh, they come out, but they come back again against the grain. Oh, no touches made. Well, there you go. Hannah Stacey, it almost looked like they butchered it coming in. They went with phase. Almost could have gone with the early release straight away, held it. What do I know? They still get the points in the end. That's all that matters.
I'm with you, Scott. I thought they butchered the opportunity, but they didn't. They managed to convert the opportunity there, and yeah, fantastic work there from Stacey to dot down, and 3-2. We're in a contest.
Chloe Tunks off the restart and working in the middle of the field. Sophie Smith from half gives it back to Tunks, comes off the right foot. Good defence. This time Queensland go with phase. They will get a penalty. Lucky penalty because it was an unclean play the ball there from Sophie Smith. Plays offside for New South Wales. You can probably hear the wind ripping through the effects mic down on the sideline. Rain still continuing. Extremely tough conditions for both teams out there here in the 18 girls final. As Matthews pulls back out and Smith. They play through the middle. Elam tries to kick away from the defence. New South Wales answer the call. One touch to make here for New South Wales. Elam will play it. Smith from half. Showing and going. And then that right-hand side of the field, return the ball back. Sully Chippendale will play it to get back underway for CHS. Some hard work, good meters, skipping away, why not? There's a bit of space in front now. This gives them the opportunity to get their changes on and play away from their substitution area, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, and that was the class of Mackenzie Davies. Like, just knowing that you need to get a few more meters for a team and skipped away and has really, put Queensland on the back foot now.
They finish their set. Not too bad of a position, and Tunks let's rip, and this is what we're going to see. So both teams like to play expansive and let the ball do the work, but the conditions are going to become a factor.
Yeah.
If they're going to play it, they've got to make sure that they're really on top of it and holding those balls.
Yep, and this is where, the skill of the coaches as well come into it in terms of, maybe adjusting some things around the game plan to suit the conditions and make sure that they're maximising what they need to give themselves the best opportunity to be able to score tries.
Smith comes in, plays within the 7 metre line. in the takeoff. They come against the grain Stubbs. They're just throwing a loose pass back in the midfield. Queensland played on their 7-metre line. Smith putting it through the hands. Pretty flat first touch there for Queensland. They'll just play it down the sideline. Charge towards their interchange area. Changes around the back, and we see another mistake. Madeline Matthews there, overrunning the football. You see the Queensland box still quite calm and collected at the moment. New South Wales now playing laterally.
Yeah, they're a little bit too lateral. If I'm Mel Mitchell down in that box, I'm trying to look to make sure that that first touch is a little bit more direct, just to make sure that, you know, they're going forward first before they're looking to shift laterally to get the subs on.
Davis steps out, comes back in field. Well defended by Queensland. Let's see how they come out of their end this time around. Still happy to throw the football right out to the right-hand side of the field. Sykes again. Loose pass out of the hands. And forced a mistake in the play the ball. Yeah. That's 2 or 3 sets now for Queensland coming out of their end where they've come up with mistakes.
And it's not always immediately that you feel the effect of that, Scotty. Sometimes later, in the half or in the game, it definitely has its effects. So, yeah. But then New South Wales can't capitalise on it, so, letting them off the hook. So they would be saying complete, no matter what, off this set.
They take the metres and come down New South Wales side of the field. Different variation for them. Nice work from Matthews, getting away from the first defender. There's Carly Bob now, ball in hand. A little bit of space out here on the left-hand side. Nicola will turn back to the 7-metre line. Hudson from half. Sends it back midfield to Bob. They'll play it. Picking up into the in-goal area yet again. Looking for support. A little basketball pass over the top. Good coverage on the inside. Charlie Evers coming across in cover defence.
Done really, really well to get a hands on that one, because that was looking for all money that it was going to be a try. Really important that New South Wales get out of their end here. This CHS team's really got to drive this ball forward, and that's really good metres there. Nice going forward there from Alice Mitchell, but back in trouble again here.
Here's Zara Halliday going without the football. Good field position here for Queensland. Matthews plays it. As changes come on to the park for the Queenslanders. No half in place, and Sugar having to get on the stretch there to get it. Flung the ball away, but it did progress forward.
Yeah, great defence from Kitty Presswood. She got herself up in that line and she forced that forward pass from the Queenslanders. So fantastic work from Presswood. As they go through the middle again, they need to keep driving here.
Really struggling to get forward. Flat ball again. Halliday. They get away with it. Just off the fingertips, play on. Oh, they're going to come back. Interesting. Come with a touch and pass penalty first.
Yeah, it's almost like that syndrome about school when it's a windy day and the kids go a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of a feel to that in the way that these sets are being played out at the moment, Scotty. So I think both teams just need to settle down and just think about, get down the other end, complete. We don't need to score a try, we just need to finish, and we need to finish in our corner and make sure that we make life as hard as we can and build some pressure.
Nice pick up for Tunks, was shaping to switch back in. Madeline Matthews a couple of times, but held her line on the outside. Sees the ball turn back over to New South Wales. We've only got the 2 players on at the moment, and it just puts them under pressure as the changes are coming onto the field. They get their full complement now. A bit loose in the play of the ball. Still shy at the halfway line as they roll over into Queensland territory on the 5th touch. Nice switching play there. Oh, almost skipping away. Morgan Mannion.
Yeah.
Half a chance.
Yeah, that little combination between Davis and Morgan Mannion will be very important to CHS, as the game wears on. They're capable of doing that. They spotted that Queensland were quite man on, coming into the into the back end of this set, and that might be a precursor for something that we might see a little later on, Scott.
Nice roll into the line here for Bob. Pick up and go. Hagan finds the spot, took it right to the line. Great support, no one at home in defence there for New South Wales. And that is the 4th try on the board here for Queensland.
Yeah, she is absolutely sensational. I mean, we said earlier today in the semi-final, Rani Hagan, she just goes, we go now. She goes through the line and she picks up and finds an element. That's just fantastic. Chloe Nicola for the try, and you know, Queensland have sort of had their say again, and they skipped out before to lead now. This next little 5-minute period before half-time is going to be critical for CHS. They cannot allow QSST to kick away and score another touchdown before half-time, because it's going to be really, really tough to come back from a 3-touchdown deficit.
And off the restart, chancing their hand, they do give the ball back to Queensland. So, you said it's an important period, and this is an important defensive set here for New South Wales. Queensland a little bit flat to start their set, as they now start to roll into the line. Sykes, looping off, picked off as well. A little bit of space in front. They're coming back to make the touch there. Madeline Matthews, good recovery. 0 touch as well, though, off the intercept. First touch here for New South Wales. They've got to work on getting forward. Like we said, they've struggled throughout this set, but it's been good defensive pressure. That's a nice little inside ball, gets them on the front foot. Ava Jones doing a good job. They'll be looking to set up again.
Yeah, have to keep flowing, and that's good. They've kept the flow going in this set, and that's been one of the more impressive sets. They've still got a play to go. I'd be finishing over here if I was CHS as much as I could to try and make it hard for Queensland. They're very good on the transition, very good getting to the sub box. They've been able to get almost a halfway on 2 whenever they've wanted to. Little check backs inside, and everybody's staying alive for Queensland, as we've just seen, and they've been able to get there quite comfortably, Scott. So New South Wales have to find a way to be able to stop these extra metres that Queensland are getting in that ruck area and try to get some ascendancy back in the midfield.
Smith kicks away from one defender. Hagan picks up and goes. Plays offside here for New South Wales. Took a little deflection. Play on. And more points here for Queensland. Kate Ellum getting into perfect position. And like you said, you didn't want Queensland to skip away for CHS point of view.
Yep, and we just see that again, like Rani. She is just absolutely sensational on her feet. And in a blink of an eye, we've gone to 5-2 with 3 minutes to go before half-time.
And danger period, danger signs here for New South Wales combined high schools. Need to hit back before the halftime break. Still time to do it. We're in a good position after the restart here. As Mitchell takes the touch. Davis in the midfield, working with Halliday. Play on the 7-metre line. Davis now holds, ball in 2 hands. Take another deflection off a Queensland player. Full set of 6 here to New South Wales.
Yeah, they need to really think over this process very well, Scott, because it could be critical. If they hit back before half-time, it just gives you that little bit of impetus to be able to go on, going into into the half-time break, knowing that you've got your tails up a little bit and you've hit back.
Important set here for CHS as Davis sweeps around the back, takes him on. He's touched, comes back out to the 7-metre line, steps midfield, looks up with Smith, plays it. Davis receives it again. Ooh, did he get away from the first defender? Definitely a touch came up and made. It's going to be a penalty to CHS.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we just had a little bit of a look at each other there. We saw the signal indicating whether there was an actual touch made.
Yeah.
If that was the call, they might have been lucky just to get away with a penalty, perhaps. But they can't capitalise yet again. CHS, the opportunities that they're having to attack the line. Hagan, early ball. Takes the next hit up as well. Again, the metres flowing nicely here for Queensland.
Yeah, they need to keep pressing here. Like, they're sending 1s and 2s and they're not really pressing together as a line. They need a flat line there to give themselves a better chance to chop that.
Oh, almost getting through again. Madeline Matthews, she's been very busy in the first half here for Queensland. Yeah,
she is just the Energizer Bunny. She never stops. Her work rate's exceptional and she just keeps putting in for her team and turning up. And, those sorts of players are worth their weight in gold, Scotty.
CHS, again, struggling to get over the halfway line. Prestwich, though, does a good job to get them on the front foot. Coming into the last touch, Stubbs picks up. They're just running straight into a maroon wall at the moment. Queensland picking up good metres. That's good contact in the play of the ball.
Yeah, there's too much one-out defence from the CHS team. They need to be hunting, at least in pairs. But if they could flatline, as I've said, I sound like a broken record, I know. But if they could do that, their life would be just a little bit easier.
Clock starting to wind down. And the hooter will sound in the background to conclude the first half. One last play here for the New South Wales Combined High Schools team. And that will wrap us up. It is all Queensland. Though going into the halftime break at the Painaway scoreboard, 5-2 over CHS, and they just started to run away with it towards the back end of the first half there, Carls.
Yes, I think the halftime was the best thing that could possibly happen for CHS at this time. Mel Mitchell will be able to get the troops together, compose them a little bit, make a few little adjustments, especially around the midfield control, and then give themselves a chance to come back in this second half.
It's going to take a big effort for the New South Wales Combined High Schools team to get themselves back into the match, but they've got the skill and the ability to be able to do so. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the final 20 minutes of the National Youth Championships, all on the line.
Build some pressure so that we can actually hopefully convert some of those opportunities we've got on the scoreboard and, really get back into this second half. But it's got to happen fairly quickly. So, yeah, I saw her laying down the law, and Mel's a very placid character usually, but I saw the hands going a little bit, so I think that CHS will come out a little bit more determined because there is no tomorrow, Scott. It's got to happen in the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely, and you can see the conditions from the panned out shot there, still quite dark and gloomy here. I'm not going to make any weather predictions. It looks like the rain is going to hold off. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a torrential storm at some stage the way I've been going here this afternoon, but we'll revert back to the attack here for Queensland, and they are straight back onto the attack. Little short side play. Oh, wow. Final pass hits the mark. They're rolling over again. Nice little short side play from Queensland.
Yeah, Ellie Wilson, the CHS winger, saved the day there. Had to come in. It was a really nice set piece from QSST.
Taylor Sykes and Amelia Chadburn again working together in the middle. As Taylor has a quick dive in. Nice touch there. Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah, had to be made. Taylor Sykes from close range, absolutely lethal.
Might set up to go for that play yet again. Here she goes, this time off the right foot. They're going to point to the spot, and like we said, absolutely lethal. And she has gotten over yet again, attacking that line from the quick release. Chadburn and Sykes. Yeah. What a combo.
What a combo. Absolutely, Scotty. And Mackenzie Davis just a little bit late. She got underneath her there and claimed the touch, but the ball was down, and that's just, outstanding again from Taylor Sykes. It's her specialty, and she's put another one on the board for QSST, and they've kicked out again now, 6-2.
Yeah, it's a dooming task now ahead of CHS. Probably one of the key things coming out of the halftime break. They would have liked to have been the first team to score, no doubt, and they're just continuing to have to chase, and the margin just keeps pushing out in front of them at the moment. Important set here off the restart. Tough ball to take, just going behind the hands. And there of Mackenzie Davis. Just not taking those opportunities which they do have in good field position. Still plenty of time left to go. We're only 2 minutes into the second half. Queensland this time around coming up with a little mistake of their own. They just open the door slightly for them.
Yeah, and New South Wales need to take every little ascendancy moment that they can, and this is really important that they get off the field and they're smooth on their transitions. When they come on this back end, they need to be running and they need to have a purpose. So there's the latcher, and now they have to run and run and run, and that's the way to go. That's it, and popping out again, and
it's just that final pass,
timing, isn't it?
Yeah. It definitely flowed in much precision there. Yeah, they looked much better there.
Yeah.
Just the final pass, not quite there for them, but positive signs on that set.
Yeah, but they're getting up in the midfield and they're trying. That's better pressure. And they need to stay up. Once you're up, you stay up and you flatline. And that's your best chance of being able to stop a team that wants to recycle the football and is as good at it as QSST is.
Loose pass. Left to right there from Sykes. Sees New South Wales Combined High Schools restart on their 7 metre line. Now they put the ball through the hands A little bit more direct this time around. Good space down the left-hand side of the field with Wilson. You've got to capitalise on the back end of this set. Hayley Prestwich rolling forward. Nice work. Trisley does the same thing. Davis straightens them up, gets into half, picks up and goes. Comes off the left foot and nicely covered. Madeline Matthews read that one to an absolute tee.
Yeah, that line from Mackenzie Davis, like she really needed to go a little bit more direct and then step back between the two middles and give herself an option. She was a little bit lateral then, and it made it very easy for the Queenslanders to just hold their shape and be able to knock that play off and snuff out the opportunity.
Smith comes across field. Rani Hagan back onto the pack here for Queensland. Plays it, will receive it back. Loops it into the link. Nice line, but I think the cover defence was coming across there. Yeah. Charlie Evers was in position if the ball was caught.
Absolutely, she read that one a lot better and was in position. They have to beat this hard press, so they're trying really hard to get an inside shoulder on these defenders, but it's just not working. The Queensland midfield defence is just relentless. They're turning up in numbers, they're turning up for each other, and they're laying the platform, for what could potentially be a very, very well-deserved victory here, Scott.
Straight back over to the left-hand side of the field. Good metres from Shuko. Plays it just shy of the halfway line. And just rolling upfield. Chloe Tunksy now will take a breather.
Yeah, they're hunting in ones. Yeah, they're hunting in ones and sitting back, and it's just allowing the Queenslanders to just roll relentlessly through that midfield until that happens.
Yeah, try scored there. Clear, Bob. Just relentless Queensland. Yeah, it's a real big difference, the running games between the two teams. Like you said, just on the back foot, sending one up. It's just leaving themselves exposed.
And that's what our sport is all about here. Like, dominating that midfield has become so important. Queensland at either end of the park have got their game together really nicely, and they're all gelling really well. You have one of these games sometimes, but New South Wales can still get themselves back into it, and it just takes a little bit of flow to just get yourself right so you can be competitive and give yourself every shot here. So they have to keep running here.
Davis, left to right. There it is. Opens up for them. Called perfectly. Third try on the board.
Yeah, really great work from Mackenzie Davies. She's injected herself. She's the leader of this team, and she's taken it upon herself, to get the girls, back into the contest. And it's a really lovely left to right long ball, winds up, winger running a beautiful in-out J line, and a little bit of hope here for the New South Wales girls that they can get back into this contest.
Yeah, the try they desperately needed.
Try to number 10 from
back down to a 4-try margin now, 7-3 on the Pain Away scoreboard. Looking to shape as Hagan sweeps around, comes against the grain, goes early release. Tunks gives it off to Smith as well. Touch is made. Good desperate effort. Morgan Mannion. Huge touch coming in on the final play of the set here for Queensland. Hagan, the footwork. Gets away from one, attracts another defender to come in. They've got numbers and space out there on the left-hand side, but the scramble coming from New South Wales. Good job. Yeah. Desperation stakes.
Yeah, two of New South Wales' quicker players out there, so yeah, they did a really good job to be able to, curtail that very dangerous attacking foray from the Queensland combination.
A nice little switch of play here. Just lets New South Wales head out to the right-hand side of the field and get 3 changes on their left-hand side. Better flow into the line coming into the last touch here for New South Wales as they go the early release. They're going to finish it off at least on their side of the field. Probably didn't look like they're intentionally chasing points in the back end of the set, and now they just want to switch into a defensive mindset and keep Queensland down this end of the field. Yeah,
a really nice little play there from Alice Mitchell, one of the youngest members. She's heading off to the Australian 15s Championships in October, so she's a fantastic young talent, and she'll have her day. She's got a lot of potential, Scotty, so we'll be calling her for many years to come.
On the front foot here, getting away from the first defender as Ellen kicks into the in-goal area and links up with who else? Madeline Matthews. Both the 11 and 12 for Queensland. Very good this afternoon. Kate Ellen and Madeline Matthews.
Yeah, they've been electric, and they're part of that leadership group for the QSST team. They are just electric, and they are running an absolute muck out here this afternoon in this final, and yeah, it's poetry in motion, Scotty. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, a little mistake from the play the ball, just nothing going the way of the combined high schools team here in this final. Queensland really starting to stretch their legs now. This is the perfect grand final performance. On the way to potentially being a double in the 18th division for the Queensland schools teams as Sykes just takes the space. Ball in hand, Chadburn again, directing the traffic in the middle. Early ball, this time they read it, but Sykes still manages to get the ball away. She can feel the pressure coming in. The pass that she did get out did come out of the hands forward. Zara Halliday off the restart. They go through the middle, but again they passes, they just look really jittery with the ball. Again the switch, they're having to reach for it.
Yeah, they're really indecisive about what they're going to do next, and there's just, yeah, not a lot of direction, and someone needs to go forward and they need to take control of these sets for the CHS team.
Nice run from half, coming across, Sykes making the touch.
And Morgan Mannion is one of those players that they need to give a strike dump to in the centre of the field, because she's someone who, given a little bit of space, she can create a lot of things. But yeah, she's been given scant opportunities during this game because they can't get out of their own end.
A little loose pass there from Rani Hagan back to the midfield. Haven't seen them come up with too many errors throughout the match. They've been pretty good completing their sets.
Phenomenal. They'd be off the charts in terms of their set completions, and I'm sure Paul Cobbin and the QSST coaching staff would be absolutely wrapped with this performance thus far.
New South Wales had 7 on the field there, and I think the sideline referee is starting to communicate with the on-field, and Zoe Jenrick has picked up on it as well. They just can't get it right, unfortunately. Everything's hurting them at the moment.
Yeah, and you really do feel for them, Scotty, because I know we've all been in situations like this. We've had games like this where this happens, but we've still got the better part of 11 minutes to play in this game. So it's really, really important that the girls keep working hard and keep working hard for each other, because they've had a fantastic tournament to get to the final. So really important that they keep pressing together and keep working hard and play until that final whistle, and I'm sure they will.
Lil Pratt gets Queensland on the front foot. Elam links back up, and a loose pass out of the hands there. Kalia Bob knew it as soon as it came out of the fingertips. She comes up and makes the first touch here for Queensland. As Halliday picks up good meters to go a little bit direct on the first couple of touches. Again, flat-footed, no one really knowing who should be receiving the ball. A little bit better off the switch coming across. Hannah Stacey, half in place. Davis having to scramble to get over there. She'll get in position here to have a crack from half, just gives the early release. And running straight into the Queensland defence.
Yeah, the sub-box pattern appears to be like taking it away from the box, and then the substitutions come in after that. And they're taking the pressure off the Queenslanders in the early count, and we'll leave that thought because they've made another break downfield.
Yeah, Kate Elam yet again. Yeah. And it took Mackenzie Davis to come across and cover and to be able to shut the play down. A little bit of space. Just having a little bit of a look at the CHS box. Coach Mel Mitchell pulling the whole team together and trying to inspire them as Hagan, as she slipped in between the wing and link in defence. Yes, she has. Unbelievable performance in this game.
Yeah, her agility, her ability, to take on the line, to catch the ball and to accelerate on the out. Really good play here from the New South Wales winger, who was very honest and said, no, I didn't get her. And that's the standard, obviously, that we expect in this sport. But, yeah, she is so elusive.
9-3 on the Pain Away scoreboard. She's got quite a few against her name in this one as well, Hagan.
Yeah, she is a class act, Scotty.
Absolutely. 7 minutes to go in this final. CHS just be looking to finish off in a positive fashion. Mannion back through the middle, comes off the right foot. And has slipped through. Got on the outside there of Amelia Chadburn. So as we said, just looking to try and finish off in a positive fashion. That's the right way of going about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice work there from Prestwich. They were looking for that little boy play, like dummy to the sweeper and come back there, and then all of a sudden, Mannion spotted a little hole between the middle and the link, and found herself on the outside, and scores. She, as I said, she's one player who I think a little bit of more involvement, she'll be great. So she's only 16 too. So she'll be back again next year. I believe that over half the team will be here again next year. So these girls, they will learn from this performance, Scotty, and come back at next year's NYC. I think chastened and with greater determination to try and make sure that they're on the other side of the scoreboard this time next year.
Absolutely. 12 months makes such a big difference, doesn't it? And we'll definitely put a little asterisk next to CHS for next year if they've got, they're about half of this team eligible to play in the team yet again. Like you said, great experience for them up here on the big stage. And they'll continue to fight to the very death. Just over 5 minutes left in this game. Queensland up by 5 in the 18 girls grand final. Flat from half there, more than flat. Campbell Muir won't miss those.
Yeah, and it's been one of those areas, Scotty. We've seen quite a number of those passes, borderline passes, let go in this tournament. So great to see Campbell Muir jump all over that one because, it was definitely forward.
Again, trying to put the ball through the hands. They're just not sticking out there for them. Catches that they'd usually take, pretty relative ease. Just hasn't been their day.
No.
Queensland, they might smell blood in the water here.
Yeah, definitely. And the composure that the Queensland is showing and the control with their line attack, shows a great deal of maturity. And the work that they've obviously done leading into this event is there for everyone to see. So full marks to the QSST coaching staff for the way that they've prepared this team because they are a well-drilled unit and they're a pleasure to watch.
Sykes and Chadburn again working. Sykes takes it right to the very death, goes right to the line and throws a pass. Absolutely on the money. And who else? Don't tell me that was Rani Hagan going over the stripe yet again.
Yeah, it certainly was. Just sensational piece of play. Sykes with the pass, but how good is that gap hit? Rani Hagan, you are an absolute superstar.
Might be making a late run for the Bristol Paint leading try scorer. Got a few to make up to our man. They got 28. On the way here in the final. Under 4 minutes to go now. 10-4. CHS, this is better from them. They go the early release though. Good slide defence from Queensland. Forces them back infield on the last touch. And Mitchell, I should say, will turn the ball back to Queensland. Hagan, ball in hand. Oh, goodness.
She was nearly away again there, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. And put it past her to run 40 metres. Nice little switch again, just continuing their flow out of the interchange area is just, and they're not really going at 100% intensity, they're just in perfect position, they let the ball do the work, and it just really sets them up for the back end of their sets every time. Yeah,
their line running and their gap hitting has been exceptional. Far and away the best women's team here at this competition in terms of those core skills that are very, very important at every single level, of play. But at this level, they are highly prized, and these girls are just showing everybody else how it's done.
One more touch to make here for Queensland. Last one is New South Wales. And get over the halfway line. A little bit of space out here on the left-hand side. Mannion comes back against the grain and will get touched and hand the ball back to Queensland. 2.5 to go. Oh, loose ball. Hand up in the air. You can excuse that when the scoreline's 10-4.
Yeah, we'll let him off the hook on that one, I'm sure. Not so sure about Paul Cobban, though.
Hard taskmaster.
He is. But, one of the best coaches in the game. And,
Davis, beautiful. They make them pay after the mistake. 10-5 now. Keeps the scoreline respectable.
Yeah, well done again by Davis. She has kept firing salvos the entire game, trying to inspire her team, and yeah, gets a deserved touchdown.
We see the replay catching the ball on the out, just coming off the left foot. Sophie Smith there, drifting on the out in defence.
Tribe number 11, Mackenzie Davis.
On the run here, Hagan.
Ronnie.
Stop it! Stop it! Puts it under the post as well.
I don't believe there's an off switch there, Scotty. She is just absolutely outstanding. The acceleration of this young lady, you know, is just quite frightening.
Absolutely no one within Kui. Plonking it down, 11th try in the grand final.
That's a second half hat-trick to number 3 from QSST.
Second half hat-trick, you might have heard that come over the PA system. Impressive game from Rani Hagan. Let's see some awards coming her way in the presentation ceremony. After the match, we see a looping ball from Alice Mitchell. Last touch here for Queensland. One to make. And that might be the final set in possession for CHS. Queensland with 30 seconds left on the clock.
Can they put one further one on, Scotty, to put the icing on the gate?
Where's Rani Hagan? She's on the field. She's out here in the right link position.
No,
they're going to get pulled back for a forward pass. Good intent from New South Wales.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's see if they can finish with one, Scotty.
Willing them home, Halliday. They got the sweeper coming around the back, Mannion. Attacking the line. She's been very good for the New South Wales side in this game. Tried an absolute hard out. She'll unload. And the final touch is made. And the Queensland secondary school teams have put on an absolute clinic here in the final to take the win in the 18 girls. The final score on the Paint Away scoreboard, 11 tries to 5 over New South Wales CHS. Perfect grand final performance.
Oh yes, the Queensland coaching staff would be absolutely wrapped with that performance in the 30-year history of this event. And I've been to pretty much all of them, Scotty. Very, very comprehensive performance from the QSST team. I haven't seen too many more comprehensive than what we've just witnessed, so hats off to the QSST team. But to the New South Wales CHS girls, they kept digging and they kept trying their absolute best, and yeah, nice to see a Queensland and New South